Today, it was raining outside and kind of gross. I had put Sequoia in the barn. She was not in love with being in the barn. There are other horses in there, but they are not the ones that are normally next to her outside. And so she was pacing a little and looking around. Nothing terrible. I haven't been putting her in the barn yet, so she just hasn't really adjusted to that as part of her routine. When I went to work her, I took her over to the covered arena instead of in the round pen, since I did not really feel like getting wet. And she did great. I walked her over a little crossrail and I lunged her over the crossrail. I walked her in between two barrels that were just stood up, just kind of making her go in between things. And she led right through that very well. When I lunged her through it, she wanted to trot through, but she was still listening nicely for that. Then I worked with some big tires. I had them laid out flat and I put them maybe 8 or 10 inches apart. And she just had to kind of walk in between them. It didn't even faze her. She just kind of looked down and was like, oh, okay, and walked right through. The harder thing that I did for the day was I made her lunge over barrels. She was not particularly a fan the first couple times. The first time, she went right up and she wasn't really expecting it, and she snuck around one of the edges. She bumped it, so I readjusted. Then I sent her over it again, and since she couldn't go around it like she originally planned, she bunny hopped over it, startled herself a little. I think she landed weird and was like, oh my gosh, I don't know what my feet did. Then I asked her to go over it again, and she thought she'd be sneaky by zipping around the other way that I was asking her to go. And then the barrels were in her way, so she happened to jump it again, which was kind of funny. She was trying to avoid going over it by going the other direction, but we're on a circle, so she still went over it. Then I had her go over it a few more times, and she relaxed and settled and went over it nicely. Day 16. Today, I could not have been happier with Sequoia. She was amazing. The morning, I picked up all of her feet. I picked them up several times. We just kind of kept practicing, and she was like, oh, look, I don't have to spin in a million circles, which is amazing. So appreciative of that. Then I saddled her. She was a little looky at the saddle. She just kind of was like, oh, what's that? Maybe I'll step a couple steps sideways. So I just put it on and took it off of her a couple of times, and she was fine. I tightened it up, lunged her a little, tightened it up a little more. Then I got on and we walked and turned and walked and turned, 45, 50 minutes, and she was amazing. Just super, super, super. I can't say enough good things about her. She was really good. We just walked and relaxed. And hopefully that will just kind of keep setting us up good, just that nice relaxed attitude, so we can start doing some trot work soon and then get our canter work in. I did not put the bridle on today. Probably in another day or two, I'll start putting it back on, and then I'll actually start working on giving to the pressure with that. I just didn't feel that was really important for the day. I really wanted the saddle time today. I loved her, put her out. She's the snuggliest horse, which makes me so happy. I love to just snuggle with her little face. She's so adorable. And so I'm glad she likes that as much as I do. Then this evening, I came back out to mess with her. I really wanted to get fly spray taken care of. I have not sprayed her with anything yet, and the bugs are out. She would really like to have some fly spray on, I'm sure. And we were really lucky. I have One Touch Fly Spray donated a bottle of fly spray to Sequoia and to all the other ATF horses. They were really generous. And they also sent Sequoia a couple of things of treats and some brushes. They sent her some goodies. I'll have to put a picture up of all of the goodies they sent her. They were very generous. She was really good with that. I was expecting her to be a little more startled. I always start with a bottle of water. That way I can spray as much as I need to without worrying about wasting fly spray. So I sprayed in front of her. She backed up, but not super fast, not panicky, just kind of like, I don't really like it, maybe I'll back. Then I walked her forward, sprayed it in front of her again. We backed a little, sprayed in front of her again. She was like, okay, that's not so bad. Then I sprayed it next to her, and then I sprayed it kind of next to her haunches. Then I started spraying on her. She didn't even move. She kind of put her head up and was, I don't know if I like it, but I'll stand here. It was excellent. I went only through a third a bottle of water. I've had some horses I've gone through 3 bottles of water. So I was very excited with how well she did with that. And then I was able to put some of the One Touch Fly Spray on her. and it smells really good if y'all have not smelled it yet. It's very pleasant to smell. She was great. She moved a little the first time. I think she wasn't expecting me to spray her again. She thought she was done with that, and then she was fine. Yeah, so hopefully tomorrow will go as well as today, because it was just very, very good day overall. Please like, subscribe, comment, share it a bunch. We want everyone to know about Sequoia because she's amazing. Find us and follow us on 4-Star Equestrian page or the Appalachin Trainer face-off page. #HopTeamSequoia, #ATFO 2021.